down, we tell them no. No back down, 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 no back down. You friend?
We are
Soca analysts.
and you know what it is, it's Richie Mr. Wink Eye Saltfish.
And it's Kendrick's The Sorrow to Drown Out Your Sorrows.
It's Jamaica Carnival, it's Afro beats, we getting into it, so
Play the thing, boy.
yeah man, so cheers.
Yeah, man. Cheers, bro.
We drinking punchin', we drinking punchin'.
Yo, this coconut water tastes so much better, son.
Yeah.
It
So,
tastes, yo, this
quick shout out to Forest Park Punchin' and Kirkland Coconut Water.
Kirkland. Yo, Kirkland be out here prospering better than a lot of these brands.
If you guys want a really, really good drink, mix like about one shot of punchin' with a small glass of coconut water evenly.
Yo,
Put a dash of bitters
bro,
if you have it. It's really
this tastes
good.
way more coconutty.
Yeah, I think the Kirkland coconut water is probably better than the Vito coconut water.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Now, enough bigging ups, bro. We're gonna have to slander.
Yeah.
Whoa. Actually, no. One more big up. Big up to Jamaican Carnival.
Yeah, big up to Jamaica
Yo.
for having a fire carnival this year.
Jamaican Carnival, like, yo, it's so strategically placed right after, like, Easter and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, because, you have, right before Lent, everyone's fetting. And then you have, like, the after fet. It's like the after carnival. in
Yeah,
a
it's
sense.
true. It's like, because it's like, after Carnival and Trinidad, everyone's kind of depressed and kind of like cooled down and shit. And then all of a sudden, like, it was like Jamaica Carnival, like reignited the flame, for the carnival season, and
it's good for the artists.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Jamaica, especially being an island, to really start to embrace soca like that, and to be like
They embrace something, but they got the dance hall too, and it's a nice mix. I like that they represent themselves. They do their thing, man.
They're doing good. It's really cool to see like especially Jamaica right now being like one of the hottest islands with soca, really bigging up the carnival season.
It's grown. It's the tourist dollars are gonna come in, and it's probably the cheapest destination for carnival. Now.
Yeah. It's so
Now.
easy for like Americans to go like just fly to Jamaica.
Yeah,
so
or
easy.
all the other
Anyone from the islands geographically. Yeah, it's cool. It's gonna be cool to see the future of Jamaican Carnival. We're curious here to soca analysts to see where Jamaica's gonna go with soca and Carnival and stuff like that.
There was some
dramatic ting going on with the photographer ILYD.
We on that ass, boy.
Photography ILDY.
on that ass, boy.
What's that? ILYD photography. Yeah, there we go.
The scumbag, yo.
Oh man, the
Wow,
guy.
scumbag.
He's scheming out there with his camera. Scheming out there with his camera.
This little pervert.
So we gotta. There's this photographer. His Instagram is ILYD photography, right? So chilling on Instagram, and then I see this post by this girl. Her Instagram, I think it's Nia Janelle.
Nia Janelle.
Sorry if I don't pronounce your name right, Nia Janelle.
Yeah.
She's incredibly gorgeous, by the way. Yeah. So she's a feta, she's a masquerader. She's gorgeous. She made her own costume.
She going on the road like everyone going on
Yeah,
the road.
you
And
know.
she made her own costume by hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Which actually came out pretty
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
kudos to you. Like, I'm about to hit you up to make my costume. But so the girl had
You think at one point there's gonna be a Chinese sweatshop like, making
Yo!
carnival outfits? Like a sweatshop.
It's like specifically just
That's
for
her
that.
costume.
Like, yeah, no, but,
Yeah.
So Naya, she made this dope costume. Anyway, she had on a bra, right? She had on a bra, and it had some thin straps, right? So
It was like a wire bra, you see a lot of outfits.
Definitely. So she had on this bra or whatever, and then what happened was this guy he's a carnival photographer, ILYD photography, took a photo and he put it up on her page, and this guy actually photoshopped out like the straps.
The straps. So
The straps.
it looked like she walking down the road, titties all out and everything.
Yeah, they made it look like she was completely topless, which she wasn't.
yeah.
Like, she totally was not topless. She had her phone and she had her rum in her hand and water.
So the way it is positioned, it looks like, it's covering up her nipples. But
Yeah.
It looks like she's just walking down the road with nothing on.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's a lie.
it's a lie. Yeah. So anyway, so she hits him up really politely actually, and she says, I saw this photo. Can you take it down because you altered the whole picture and I want it to be removed. And then this guy says to her, oh, you know that your body is straight and without any curves. So are you mad that are you surprised to see a photo where you actually have curves?
Like whose man's is this? Like, whose
first
man's
of all,
is
I got beef with this guy just
Bitch.
because you gotta realize first of all that without Caribbean women, there is no carnival.
Don't you gonna take? I mean,
know what I mean?
there still is carnival, but they're like one
Nah,
of the
women make carnival.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, they're one of the main.
You can't
things that
have
make-
it. You can't have carnival without women, bro.
Yeah.
They do everything from the costume designs
Go have carnival in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Go have carnival in Saudi Arabia. See what happens. With your fat
So they asked him. She asked him to take this photo down, right? And then he's like, "Oh, I took a photo of you in a public place. You're saying that I photoshopped you, but I didn't." And pretty much this guy is just being an asshole. And I'm just like, yo, first of all, we gotta respect our Caribbean women.
Like Robbie B said,
You know what I mean?
respect
You gotta
your
respect the degradation of women. And I have a problem with that.
So, it's like, okay, like, all right, even if you're a shitty person, or like, I'm gonna go take a picture of all the ass cracks during carnival. Like, if you're that, even if you're that kind of person, right? It just doesn't make sense from any way. First of all, you should have the decency as a person to be like, all right, you know, I respect that. I'm done. I'm gonna take it down.
Exactly.
Because like, yo, you're actually messing up your business.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's gonna know, what's his name? ILDY pedo photography.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna invite you to none of the events. Not doing any of the fetting clubs. You're not covering anything. So you're hurting your brand for one. So even if you didn't care about the person, but it's like, yo, you should have the decency, bro.
It also just goes back to one of those things, like, for me, like, also working in, like, doing photography and stuff. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, you also, like, need to have just, like, respect for the people who agree to do these photos for you. You know what I mean? It's like when people let you take photos of them, there's a degree of trust there. And, like, if you violate that...
It's like a vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for women, too, in Carnival. You know what I mean? Because it's, like, it's such like a... It's a thing where, like, people are dressing up... You know what I mean? Like, their photos are going to be on the internet. You have girls that, like, half naked and these dope-ass outfits. And then if you go and it's already, like, a delicate thing, you know what I mean? And if you go and you start fucking with it like that, it hurts the entire industry. It hurts the culture. Like, and we can't stand for that, the Soca analysts. We're the culture advocates.
You can't trust, now people feel like, oh, you can't trust everybody with a camera and like that. And one of the things about, like, Carnival is, like, these girls, they go outside, they're like, there's a freeing aspect, of it, confidence aspect.
Absolutely,
there's a confidence to whining on the road.
Exactly,
When you go behind the truck and just whine, like no care in the world,
just
no worries today, just being free. And like sometimes you'll see like like what was that one picture of chick who was like a curvier girl.
Yeah. That was a curvy Caribbean.
Yeah, there's actually
there's a really dope Instagram we want you guys to check out. It's a curvy Caribbean conference.
JA, that's Jamaica, bro.
Oh, there we go. I was like, Curvy Caribbean conference. But it's cool. So one thing that I was reading about on the internet was actually like a lot of women in the Caribbean who like aren't like like models and don't have like model size,
but they're not like what they push the images.
Yeah, exactly. They're not those girls in the photos.
They're regular people.
Which by the way, regular everyday. Which by the way is the majority of like every woman in the world. So it's like a lot of these women were saying like, yo, we don't feel like there's accurate representation in Carnival culture. They're only showing like these really, really hot girls, and they're making us like really self-conscious. They're making us feel like yo,
if really like
like if you don't have the perfect body, that you can't be a part of Carnival.
I wear a size -14.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
exactly.
These type of girls.
Yeah,
and they're not showing the real base, the real people.
Exactly. And the whole thing with Carnival is it started with real people. You know what I mean? That was the whole point.
They're just acting like like those fashion photographers.
Exactly.
Slandering the real beautiful women, making us
and
miss
you know
out.
what? That's where you get those photographers like IDOY photography who like feel that these photos can only look good if we portray the woman a certain way. You know what I mean?
And then we came across one of those what you call it, the
curvy Caribbeans.
Yeah.
Conference
Jamaica. Yeah, it's like there was a picture on I saw it on Twitter. And this girl was like, yo, she saw this picture. Yo, the girl was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
And she's like, yo, like, this is like what my body looks like. But now seeing how free and like how beautiful she looks, just walking down the road, she's like, yo, this makes me feel like confident within myself to like, yo, I want to go to Carnival, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's really important that we need to have that image in Carnival. We need to have that message where it's like, yo, Carnival is inclusive of all women, big ting, small ting, short ting, tall ting, like
I winding up an all ting. All right, we don't you skinny Victoria model, you snow ass having. Fuck out of here.
Mr. Killer was right,
Yeah,
yo. Only my gal gets in you, I ain't loud.
Yo, that's why that song was, yo, that song
Roly
was
Poly, yo,
revolutionary.
it really was. Like, shout out to Mr. Killer, by the
Mr.
way.
Killer, yo.
we love you,
Yo,
Mr. Killer. Yo,
underrated
I don't think like anybody loves Mr. Killer more than like we do, yo.
The way you
Like,
keep talking
like
about
yo,
Mr.
we always like yo. Any type of Mr. Killer video is just
Yo,
oh my god.
Yo, he's so revolutionary.
He really
People
is.
are
As
talking
he
about,
really
like,
is. Shout out to Grenada, by the way, too.
Yo,
You know,
coming hard with the soca.
seriously, man, with the job tunes, and
yeah.
I'm shout out to Lava Man
Yeah,
for
Lava
making
Man.
Caucus Bag and I Don't Know, which are also two very
Oh,
mean
what's that other
tunes.
song? No personality. Oh my, that's one of my favorite.
Yeah. Lava Man's a mean artist, man.
yeah.
Really good stuff. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy to see what the islands are doing. You know, I'm interested to see where the industry is gonna go. Hopefully, we don't have more photographers doing stupid shit like this.
Yeah, man. Get them out the paint early before more of them come.
Remember that you guys as photographers, carnival promoters, club promoters, whatever you do, costume designers, masqueraders, like, yeah, you guys are each doing your own thing, but you also have to understand that you're representing the culture as a whole.
They have no benchmark.
We have to have a benchmark, okay?
Right?
You gotta.
The bigger Carnival gets, the more these little Terry Richardson fucking
Yeah, it's
Terry
true.
Richardson
Let me
apprentices.
put my nut on your face and,
Yeah.
and call it art.
These Terry Richardson apprentices are coming out here trying to violate our Caribbean women,
Yeah.
right? They have no benchmark.
No
That's why we
benchmark.
gotta regulate. We gotta self-regulate. That's what Blaxxie was talking about. Yo, Blaxxie
Yeah.
is the oracle.
Yo,
son.
Blaxxie really is
That's
the-
why,
he's-
that's,
yo, he
that's why
really-
Blaxxie came out the Soca Monarch looking like Morpheus. All right?
Yo, the one
That's why he
thing-
came out looking like Morpheus.
Yo, Blaxxie really is. He's like a constantly sweating oracle. He's just always hot and sweating,
Drinking a white oak,
drinking white oak, and just
making sure culture, son.
No, but
Just
Blacks
culture.
for real. On some real thing. Like, shout out to Blacks really though for really calling out Caribbean culture, for telling them like, yo, we gotta create a benchmark. We have to create like just like a criteria for what it means to like be a soca artist, what it means to have carnival. We have to put all this stuff together and own it. You know what I mean? We really got to do that. Because if we don't own it, someone else is gonna come along and try to own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we already
And we know it's happening already.
We're already starting to see that, the internet, like a lot of our sounds are going pop.
Yeah.
And one of the things I actually talking about, like this may not, or it's not soca particular, but looking at Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Afrobeat, you're starting to hear it like, yo, you're hearing it everywhere. Cause like before, like, cause we're already we are like big Afrobeat fans, but we're already kind of listening to Afrobeat, and especially because the Caribbean and Nigeria, like they were, the Afro soca came out about, and us being on soca, of course we're gonna fall into Tamaya Sanko,
Tamaya's big right now everywhere. Shout out to Tamaya.
So we're because like it's. Those cultures are already starting to mix.
Yep.
But they're mixed on an even platform. Where, that you had that Pata ranking.
Pata ranking.
Yo, first of all, that Michelle verse on that My Woman, My Everything.
My woman, my everything.
Yo,
That's me, too.
No, but Michelle in particular, he comes out with so much energy. I just want to listen to that shit right now.
Yeah, no, I love that
like,
too, man.
But they're coming on like this even level. But now, I think really what happened was okay, One Dance and Controller. Because, Drake, you can say whatever you want about Drake. Oh, you're culture vulture, it's bitch, blah, blah, blah. But, he runs things, He runs things, and he knocks out hits after hits. He made a diss record that was a club record. Like, that's the kind of person Drake is.
Yeah.
So, when he dropped Controller and, work with Rihanna, people were like, yo, this sound, this is the next wave. And the thing is, like, it has those songs. What do you say? Like, it's a dance hall sound. Or
If it was like controller to me kind of sounds like a.
Or is it kind of like
It's weird.
It's
It's like I think it's more like, I wouldn't say so much a dance hall. I'd say it has more of an Afro beat kind of thing, but it's mixed in with like some like little aspects of like house. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing, but I would say roots wise, it's like they took like an Afro beat and kind of modified it.
But that's also dance hall.
It does have it does have dance hall sound to it too. But I would for me, with my personal taste, listen to it, I would like, this to me it sounds more like an Afro soca kind of beat.
But like the thing is, like, all right, those two songs were huge.
Yeah.
Like, those are summer those
Yeah.
ran the summer. But like a lot of the thing is like the producer guys, Super Dupes. He's a Chinese Jamaican.
Yeah. We follow him on Instagram, by the way. Shout out to Super Dupe.
Yeah, he's based out in like Miami. He has I forgot what it's called, Black Chinky or something like that.
Black Chinese.
Yeah, Black Chinese.
Black Chinese. Yeah.
And like he's the one who he produced work. He produced Control. He actually remember when dancehall really was like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I forgot that Nina Sky song. He produced something like
that. Is that something that goes whoa whoa? You're turning me on.
Yeah.
Turning me on, Nina Sky.
And his thing is like, he's he proud Jamaican, and he's trying to bring that sound. Into
that
the
guy makes some
international
mean
stage.
beats, man. He really
he's
does.
trying to bring that sound to international stage, and with Drake and everything, he did it. It was successful.
Yeah.
But now everybody got their eye on this.
Yeah, because it's hot. It's hot.
And
It's super hot.
now there are these Afrobeat sound songs. French Montana dropped a song with that dude from Shrum Life. Was it Sway Lee? It was on Unforgettable. And like I heard this joint and like I was like, this is already gonna be a summer tune.
Yeah.
But like, this is straight, like off the rip, just straight Afro.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And even the music video.
Which was dope.
It was cool.
French Montana,
it was cool.
He's African. He's from Morocco.
Yeah. That's cool. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, but like, when they went to Uganda and shot it, it was straight Afrobeat. And like everyone was like, this is about to be a summer tune. But like, I'm sorry, you're starting to see this wave coming where this Afrobeat is going pop. And the one thing I don't want to see now that this wave is coming is like, I don't want to see these international artists come and then take and not like uplift.
Because
we're all about uplifting.
Exactly. I mean, because it's already sad for us to see this because it's like, look, like even if you're someone who doesn't really fuck with like Afro, soca, and Afrobeats, understand that soca has roots in African music. Understand that, you know what I mean? So it's like, to see this already happening with like, like African style music, Afrobeats and stuff, which also, by the way, runs kind of parallel to soca. They both kind of influence each other.
Yeah, especially now.
Especially now more than ever because but it's
even you watch the dancehall things, they be now they be daggering and shit.
And you could tell it's different because like for example, like for what's the Remy Ma sound with Fat Joe that you pulled up before?
What's it called, like Heartbreak?
Yeah. Something like it's a Remy Ma and Fat Joe song that has an Afro beat, right? But they put like it was the execs sitting at the table, the evil execs, and they were like, how can we make this Afro beat more conscious to those tweens? I know that's what
they do this. They
love that shit. They love that shit.
Every electronic music, they have this fucking girl that goes they just have like this nuclear alarm. Around.
It's so crazy because it's that same sound and like it's the same sound, but it just makes different noises. Like for example, like Justin Bieber's "Sorry," right? Like Marshall Montano said it himself. Like, that's a soca beat, right? And even then, it's like they still have that and then it's like, now you have this Remy Ma and Fat Joe song, and then you still have that. It sounded like a Japanese girl having sex,
somebody sample that, sample that, bro. Sample that.
That's gonna be the new wave of music. That's what you're gonna have now in Afrobeat. But it's different the way they do it. Like look at the way like that like other artists like Marshall and Kerwin did it, right? In the song "Possessed," right, where they Marshall was in Africa. They had the music video in Africa too, but they actually had like an African artist. Lady Smith, I think her name was, here's a long name. It's Lady Smith Black Mamboza, I think that's her name. Amazing artist, you know what I mean? And it's like, why can't we have that kind of collaboration with like this new wave of like pop,
and the thing is like, I don't have
beats.
any issue with those two songs that dropped. I think they're dope and everything. But we see it coming.
Yeah, we see it.
We know it's happening.
It's gonna happen.
It happened with reggaeton.
Yeah.
No, they did it with a couple dancehall. Dancehall sounding shoes like early 2000. So we see it, but now that we see it coming, how can we do it different? How can we like do this shit like different? Because it's just like, son, because soca's gonna be next. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Soca's gonna be next. We don't wait for it's not us, so why should we care?
Yeah.
Eventually, it's gonna be us.
It is. And if it's like, if we already see it happening with our Afrobeat artists whose music resembles soca and dancehall and has a lot of similarities, who's to say that it's not gonna happen to us? You know what I mean? It's like Marshall does a lot, but he can only do so much.
Marshall needs some backup, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we gotta back Marshall up in keeping our culture and in keeping, you know, the what soca really means if it hits the pop scene. And I know, you know, Marshall talks about it in his Hot 97 interview. He says, you know, yeah, like, people are pissed that, you know, soca music is, you're gonna have people who say, oh, you know, back in my day, soca music wasn't like, back in my day, but it's more like, hey boy, back in the day, like, hey boy, back in the day, soca music, it sounded like this one, this thing, I don't know, this thing got too much wine in there.
Lord Kitchener would never make a tune
Or
with System 32.
Even a Blaxxie, it's like, too much bend over, no benchmark, you know what I mean? It's like, you're always gonna have those people, it's true. But
you see Mighty Sparrow making a song with Steffi?
Yeah, exactly.
You see Mighty Sparrow on Ben Bach remix? You see Mighty Sparrow and Moto doing Faucet?
You know what one artist that really really actually surprised me more, bro, than like any of the classics is always Super Blue. Yeah.
Super.
Like, how do you disappear? Like, win the first ever Soca Monarch and then like disappear for like 10 years, come back with Fantastic
you know what?
Friday,
Super Blue's
take
like,
Road Monarch,
first of all,
take Soca Monarch,
he is the Trini Avatar.
Wine and bend over. He doesn't even say the word wine once.
Trini Avatar, bro.
He really, I love
Avatar.
I love Super Blue.
The four elements. Rum. Yo,
The vibes, soca.
Begin a tree. Like, rum.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So it's like, you know, so yeah, when Marshall says, you know, yeah, music is gonna change, music is gonna evolve. I like Marshall, I can completely agree with you. But you know, the one thing, you know, Marshall, I also want you to be aware of this too. Is like, I know your goal is, since you were 10 years old, was to push soca to the world. But you know, for us, especially like, as you know, people like in our young 20s who really do appreciate the soca music. You know, we are worried about the future, you know what I mean? We want the soca to stay true to its roots. You know, we want it to still have the vibes. We don't want it to be, you know, some EDM ripping shit and like that. But I would say that, like we said, the one artist who's doing that right now is the man Olatunji doing you know, with System 32.
And like, yo, Beyond's like, yo, this like came to my attention because, like, you know, I saw some dude ranting on Twitter and it was like, yo, this kind of makes sense. Like, he's talking about like, yo, 4 out of the top 5 streamed songs ever on Spotify, all Afrobeat. So it's like, yo, like people back then, they didn't really believe in the genre. You're just doing, you know, you're just doing what you're doing. Some people don't believe in soca. Like, it's all fete, it's all carnival. What else do you have to say?
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
believe in it.
It's all rum songs, it's all wine bend overs. You know,
but there's so much potential in the genre. There's so much potential in a lot of Caribbean genres.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's like that, and then one day, something's, you know, it's starting to break through already.
Yeah. No.
And when you have that meme, you know, when Cass makes that, I don't know, he makes some tune.
Cass, I would say the one tune right now, man, that I really think workout.
Yeah.
Because white people love listening to like Zumba and shit, and they really like workout is like I think Cass made that song with that in mind. Like,
I don't know if he didn't make it for
I think he knew that, he knows for sure that soca music, if it comes to America and a lot of places, that the aside from it being played by Caribbean people, soca is big in gyms during like Zumba and fitness classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they wine back in it.
Exactly.
Your body working is like
your body working is mean tune. Right. And I think
Cindy loves that tune.
Cass went, hey, Cindy, I love this tune. Yeah, and I think they, you know, I think Cass and Nyla did go in with like at least a little bit of in mind, like, yo, like this is gonna be a mean tune to bump in the gym, you know. Who that audience is for is whatever, but like, you know, I think he did have it in mind where it's like, yo, you could see that tune carrying over in the gym, you know? And it's kind of cool when you think about it. Yeah. Like, yo, that's like the first ever gym soca tune. Like a song specifically about like working out, you know?
Make sure your body working before you hit the road. Make sure
your body working before you hit the road, you know? Gym body, not give it to nobody, you know?
Yeah, but like what we don't want to happen, because, you know, these international stars, they're much bigger. Yeah. You know, they got money like like crazy money. And you're a smaller artist, soca artist, you know, smaller, you know, well, right now it's gonna be the Afrobeat artist, so a lot of you know, like West African artists, and yo, you're just, you know, you're trying to work on your music, you're trying to get bigger, and then this big artist is like, yo, come through the studio, and then, you know, let's work, you know, like those people on Instagram, like, yo, man, I see the vision, I see the vision, bro. Let's connect, yo. Let's build. They come to you like DJ Khaled, yo.
Yeah,
Scheming
for real,
DJ Khaled, like, I see the vision, man. So like they come up to you and they're just like, you're like, yo, this is it, bro. Like, this is us. We're about to be big. So you're not caring about paperwork and anything like that. They come right in and they jack your whole swag. They jack your whole, you know, Afrobeat, everything you made, and then they repackage it and they add the fucking the freaking World War II like sirens, like there's a firebombing squad coming. They add that shit and they just throw it out there into the pop market, and it's gonna ring off in the club, and you just sitting on the outside like, yo, this is my baby. You know, like that's the thing about like being a creative. That's why it's even hard to tell like a creative person like, yo, this is fucking trash. Because you're saying, yo, that's your baby's ugly. It's like, yo, your baby's ugly. And then someone comes in, like a bigger person who you thought was a mentor, just comes in and just
takes your shit.
Snatch it all up.
Shout out to on Twitter, Tunde. I just wanna read off his post real quick where he sums it up really well in this one post. Just give me 1 second. Let me find it. Where was that thing at? I think it was. Oh, I think it's right here. Yeah. I quote unquote. I know the feeling of having your music snatched away by a bigger, plus more visible artist, especially by someone who acted as a mentor.
Yeah, snatch
you know what I mean?
They come take your baby, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's something that's really, really alarming, and you know, I think that, you know, young people especially, like when I was talking to DJ Gel, for example, he's going to be on later on. You're going to hear from him in one of our later podcasts. But I was talking to DJ Gel. Be sure to check out his stuff, his website, gelinthemix.com.
Oh, and have you checked the what's it, Radial app? Radial?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a soca music app, man.
Yeah.
All you people get on that.
Yeah, you also download the Ojo app too. Ojo has their own app right now. Yeah, it's so simple. It's literally it says Ojo, and there's a play button and a pause button, and that's pretty much all it is.
Oh, that was gonna be
for
like
right now.
Oh, that was just gonna be like the easy button.
No,
you just press it. Ojo. He just press it. Ojo.
Yo, Shal Machel, add that feature. Shal and Goofy, shout out to Ojo. Make sure
add an Ojo button.
Yeah, add an Ojo button. So you know how Staples has that was easy. Yeah, I want an Ojo button when I'm at work. When I get something done, I want to tap that shit and have it go Ojo all over the workplace. But yeah, no. So yeah, no. Shout out to them for sure. But yeah, it's you know, the thing is that it's the industry is evolving.
Yeah,
you know, the industry is evolving. What's happening to Afrobeat, I would say is 90% gonna happen to soca.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
when soca, it's coming.
It's
coming hard.
It's coming hard. Like it really is. Like especially among everyone in the Caribbean, among a lot of people in Africa.
Yeah,
you know, it's made its impact, and you know, we have a lot of people to thank for that. You know what I mean? But like I said, we got to be aware of what's going to be doing.
But you know what? The thing is, I think it's everything to me. Like is like, yo, it goes to the top. To the top.
Yeah.
And we don't own our own shit.
Yeah. So that's one thing I was gonna ask you was
shit,
like,
bro.
That's one thing I was gonna ask you was like, you know, so we know that this shit is going down. So like, what are the ways we can stop it? And it really just go back to like the root core problem of like we as the creatives don't own the industry.
It's not even that, yo. It's not even like the minorities don't own. The people making it.
That's what I'm saying.
Are not owning it.
That's what I'm saying.
So like off the rip, like even like it probably would have happened naturally. They would just uplift like, oh, you know, I fucks with you, you fucks with me, like you know, I'm gonna bring you with me. If like these rappers actually own what's going on.
Because I'm not gonna lie, it's easy for us to sit here and be like, yeah, yo, like they should put these artists on, they should feature these artists, they should uplift, but like
you don't control your own shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes back to this question. It begs the question: is like, yo, as creatives, as artists, can you make it in the industry and own your shit at the same time?
You can, but it's like we have to. Honestly, right now they need to take it back because you're the one making everything.
Yeah,
that's always like the wildest thing to me about hip hop. It's just like, yo, how does it that like black and like Latinos make like all of it? Mm-hmm. And you guys don't own the shit. It's like, you know, freaking Jimmy Iovine and them, and like and David Cohen and all these guys owning it. It was just like, you wasn't out there in the Bronx fucking break dancing. Yeah. Why are you benefiting off this? You're not creating this.
You know what it sounds like to me?
That's the weirdest thing though, like one thing in America, music, 80% of it is made by like colored people.
Yeah,
really black
people,
80% of it.
Yeah.
And yet they cry every year in the Grammys for that white validation.
Yeah.
And you made all the music.
Yeah.
What?
So this reminds me of Mad Hard. Like it really, for me, like it runs like it sounds a lot like the oppression based economy, right? Because like just like with capitalism alone, it's one of the first economic systems where you have it where the people who make it don't actually own the means of production. You know what I mean? And that's how it is with like everything in capitalism. It's like when you take music, when you take art, and then you reduce it to marketing, and you reduce it to capitalism, and you reduce it to just pushing something to make a profit. You know what I mean?
And then some exec is just gonna be like, put the
exactly.
That's what the white kids like.
Exactly. And you know, it's like you always have like that infamous thing where it's like, sign your life away on the contract. You know what I mean? And that's been something that we've always seen in every part of like America. What's like as a kid, like we'd be watching cartoons and you always see like, oh, these cartoon characters, they sign a contract and all of a sudden life becomes crazy. And you know, it's kind of interesting with the soca industry because it's like, yeah, the soca industry has its own like weird political shit going on, especially with Soca Monarch, which is the reason that Bungie left Soca Monarch, the reason Fayan left Soca Monarch, the reason all the big artists, Machel, Kess, all of them, because of all the bullshit going down in the politics there, where it's like, yo, they're fucking these artists over. You know what I mean?
When you just let the art be the art.
Let the art be the art. But for them, it's like, yo, you see it and it's like the art's not, for them, it's like they look at it and it's like, yo, we can't make money off of this, or it's bad for business, whatever bad for business means.
Yo, here's the thing, like, so with this, you know, Machel's dream, like, he wants soca to go international. Yeah. I feel like that connects to, because that David Banner thing I showed you, which, he was pretty much talking about
talk about David Banner.
Well, he was pretty much saying, like, well, he said hip-hop's giving into white supremacy, but, like, in this sense, like, I know I was like, whoa, what the fuck? In the sense of, like, how, yo, they did everything to cross over. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Because they wanted to make it. Yeah. And in terms of making it, is getting, you know, the white dollars. So, you know, that's why, like, Run DMC was doing, like, that song, Walk This Way, with, like, Aerosmith and shit. Doing everything to cross over. Yeah. So now, like, in that pursuit of crossing over, you start selling shit that's probably not good for your community, so, or not true to like the crowd. Right. There's no regulation, no benchmark. Yeah. Benchmarks thrown out the window just because for dollars.
So just to clarify, what you're saying is pretty much like you have like, especially in hip hop, you have artists where instead of like doing their thing and staying true to like their music, it's like, let's make like this rock sound, let's make this EDM sound.
You're just doing whatever sells.
It's just churning and burning.
Whatever
music.
sells. There's no like heart behind it or anything. Yeah. And you're just like, yo, you're talking about selling drugs. You don't even do that. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You're just, but that's what's popular.
Soldier Boy. Pew, 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 winning. Shot that. It turns out I knew him.
Shot that ass. I took his mask off. Oh, shit. You know this? Yeah, I know. Shot him again. Bow, bow. You know? Like shit, man. But it's just like, yo.
Where do you think, like, you know.
But no, my thing is like. Yeah. Okay, if we kind of see that in hip hop, when soca starts. You know, that's why there's some complaints about some of the songs. Well, how are we gonna, in the pursuit of making this bigger, how are you gonna regulate? You know, because you need regulation, you need benchmark. Yo, benchmark is like a life. Yo, that's
it's like a life-changing phrase.
That's like some Buddhist.
Benchmark is a life-changing phrase.
Blaxxie is a black.
Yo, he's a black Buddha.
He's a Blackie Lama. The Blackie Lama, yo. And that's right now we call him Black.
Yo, we call it Soca Dalai Lama, or Soca Lama.
No, we're calling him the Blackie Lama from now.
Yo, Blackie Lama, yo, Blaxxie, yo. He really is though. He really is Blackie Lama, yo.
Benchmark is a serious thing.
He should.
It's a serious thing in life.
It's true because he's been in the industry for so long. Yeah. And it's like, yo, on the real, blacks should have like that recognition as like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, people should look to blacks as like as like a Super Blue, or as like a Sparrow, or like, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's a little bit younger than them, but like still, like, yo, the amount of like hit classics that Blaxx has made. Like, yeah, he's like not the most like amazing performer at Soca Monarch, but people still in the club going, raise your hands and let go.
You know, he had that, you know, that Sunday morning vibe.
Sunday morning soca.
But like, that's, I don't know. That's one of the things I was
And
saying.
he's got vocals too. Like,
Yeah. Like, yo, soca's really as low key, like philosophical.
it is.
Because like, yo,
It
benchmark does not only apply to, you know, soca.
So just it applies to
life.
everything in life, for real.
And-
You need to have a benchmark for
And
life.
in this pursuit of like, yo, you're just trying to break through the clutter.
Yeah.
In the pursuit, how are you gonna regulate? How are you gonna be like, yo, where the benchmark?
Where the benchmark
Where the
soca?
Yeah, I see Blaxxie just walking around like, hey boy, where the benchmark?
Where the benchmark soca?
Give me
is?
A flats.
Give me a parallel.
Just walking around. This,
He's got like a ruler in his
Yeah,
hand,
this-
smack in his hand, like, you know what I mean? But you know, one interesting thing that Blaxxie did talk about was, I forgot specifically who he said his mentor was, but I remember he did say, he's like, yo, back in my day, you know, when he was a soca artist just starting, he's like, yo, back then you actually had to sit down in front of other soca artists,
and they had to see
and
you.
they had to see what you had as skills as an artist. And he's like, today, like, that's gone. You know what I mean? Where, you know, I think that
They sit in a room just like us.
yeah, 100%. They sit in a room with a laptop and a microphone in their mom's house, in your mom's basement.
The checklist going on.
Yeah. And you have like your mom coming in, knocking on the door, telling you not to make too much noise and stuff, you know. But
Yeah, see, that's it. But there's like two sides to that. One is like being that the same way, like, yo, you would never gotten that opportunity.
yeah,
But now, because with the internet, think about the internet, the whole
Yeah.
world's changing, the whole world's interconnected.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, Afro soca could pop off the
that's
way
why
popping
Dem
off.
Does Horn
Dem Does
became a
Horn,
thing.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
the internet empowered you to do that, and no one would have given you that platform.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as, you know, we're trying to figure out this medium, which is the internet,
Yeah,
how are we going to make sure there's a benchmark? We want to let people be them,
yeah,
but if you have no benchmark, they're going to go wild.
yeah.
They're going to go wild, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, I think it still it goes back to that thing where it's like, okay, so like how do we own the industry, right? It's like how do we take control of like our art, our music, and like still be able to like make it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you think about it, bro, like Mashallah has a really cool dream of like having soca crossover internationally, but does it have to be successful?
Yeah. Is that the mean? See, that's the thing, like, the same thing, like, giving in to white supremacy. Mm-hmm. We don't need white people's validation to say this is successful.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, we know, like, they're the main audience. Like, all the rappers, when you go to their shows, they're gonna say the N-word because, hey, man, who's going to all the concerts? Who
Yeah.
has... You're doing a ticket price, and that's all those Kendrick ticket prices.
Yeah,
like, like
yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
But you have to bring your opera binoculars to see him and shit. Like, you pay like...
It's like the get-in price for like a
Yeah.
weekend concert is like $200 to sit all the way in the back. Like,
Can you imagine going to see Cass with a telescope?
No
you out
way.
here waving
Yeah.
with your telescope.
And that's and it's
But it's like,
again, it's
validation.
Yeah, you know, and I'm like, I look at soca concerts and I'm like, yo, first of all, like that summer stage thing we went to where Faye didn't show up, but
Yo, this summer stage.
bro,
Yo.
which by the way, this isn't the first time that happened with Faye and Bungie.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the Bungie interview on Hot 97. What actually? I don't,
Oh, yeah. I heard
I
that.
don't know if this happened with Summer Stage, but I know what happened with another Hot 97 event where
Yes,
Bungie
yes,
and
Summer
Faye didn't
Jam.
show up.
That was
Summer
different
Jam.
Apology
Summer
drop.
Jam,
That was
Summer
a
Jam,
different
yeah.
apology.
And it was
But hold on, Different Apology was such a tune that
Yeah.
like crossed over. Yeah.
mean tune that crossed over with Soca
yeah,
EDM.
yeah.
But no, Bungie was pretty much saying, he was like, yo, I had to get on this plane, and the plane that I was gonna use to fly from Trinidad to America, last minute, the Trinidadian government,
yeah.
they chartered the plane to take the Trinidadian soccer team to I think it was maybe Argentina.
Yeah, or something to play friendly.
To play a friendly, non-official soccer match.
Yeah.
And he's like, all of a sudden, I ain't get no plane to go to America. And he's like, this is the one thing I was talking about with Trinidad, where he was pretty much saying the same thing. Where he's like, there's no benchmark in Trinidad. We just, you know, Caribbean people, we have a very laid back attitude. It's a thing where, you know, we don't take charge and get things done. We just it's go easy, go with the flow, and it's too much right now. You know what I mean?
Because when you're like too much, like, oh, we gotta do this,
Then you end up like Japan, where it's like, it's like you're late to work. It's like people fucking like going to Aokigahara and like going to the suicide forest.
Suicide forest.
Yeah, like shit, man. Like
even China,
squads,
the little kids be killing themselves. Yeah, those kids be killing. One of the teachers, one kid killed. She jumped out the window.
Holy shit!
In school.
In your school?
No, not my school.
Oh shit! I was gonna say.
No, I mean, my kids are like 7. No way.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
oh my
Jesus,
god.
like-
No, like you taught like middle. I think it's like high school.
Yeah,
Like middle school.
no,
like,
I could definitely see it in
one
high school.
one
I've
girl
seen
was
some
like
of my students. They're like 15 with like gray hair, man, already like a whole head of gray hair from. They got kids who are 17, man, with high blood pressure from all the stress. They those,
so,
you know what I mean?
We're on the right path, not being too stressed out, but some things you have to do serious. Sometimes business is business, and we got to do this.
Work is work, play is play, you know. And Caribbean people, they know how to do both. They know how to work hard for real. They know how to play hard for real, you know.
That Jamaican customer service video.
With Avdat.
You ever see that video where the guy's like, it's like, let me get a plate, and then he drops it. He's like, we mash up the last one. Oh, we don't have that. It's like, it's like, we don't have that. Let me get a fork. We don't have that. It's like, that Jamaican spot on what you call it?
The beef patty spot?
Yeah, the beef patty spot.
Even the roti shops in South Ozone Park have like the customer service is so bad. Like the food is so good, but I'm just like, I'm just there, and I'm just like, you be ordering like doubles, and it just be like, what you want?
They don't even have they don't even have the business vision to like put a menu up.
Nah, no menu.
It's just like, at least
No
you're
menu.
Caribbean, and but like if an outsider were to come in. The reason I have that vision because being from traveling, if I were to come in, it was just like,
what
is this?
What is this? What
Woyo
do I get?
Jingo,
Woyo Jingo. You know what I mean? And it's put up a menu.
Like, we went to this beef, everybody, you're from New York,
165th in Jamaica,
Queens,
I think.
165th on the Ave by the Coliseum. There's that Jamaican beef patty spot still there,
Yeah.
It's a good ass Jamaican beef patty spot. And we go there, and Richie, I don't know what he is like. Is this spicy? And he goes, she just go $3.50. She's not even looking at him. She talking to someone in the back. Just $3.50. Is this spicy? $3.50. I think one time, I paid them like $5. You're supposed to give me change. No, wait, I paid them, and then she gave me like my money back with
And
the
more.
and more, like not even paying attention.
That happened to me too. I gave her $5. It was supposed to be $2.50. She gave me back $5.75.
I was just like, they're not even paying attention.
I'm like, what's happening here?
It's like, it's like what you call it? I said Caribana too. They had like we were Caribana. They had a tent. They had the Jamaican tent, and it was called like Jerk King. It's like, they didn't have shit.
Literally, they had the fence, and they took a piece of cardboard and they wrote bar restaurant and like taped it onto the fence, and it was literally just three. It was just one table that had nothing but rice and soup, and then Uncle Stanley going up. Right, this is the thing with Caribbean customers too, because we have like no etiquette as like Caribbean customers. We just go into the line, and then we just start slamming on the table.
Like,
right here.
Trying to get the corn soup.
Yeah, trying to get the soup. He's like, bring the soup right here.
There's one Jamaican. I forgot. Yeah, it was just spot like. we was waiting mad long for the food, and you just see them in the back, they're just laughing, whining, and you're just standing there like...
They'll just see you waiting for food, and they'll just be chilling.
They're like in an hour just whining with the pot and shit, and it's just like, right here, like, you right here waiting hot, you all hungry, and they're just in the back laughing, they're just laughing.
They're laughing at you too. They'd be like, me done give them bun already. Me give them bun again, watch.
This church is called the Jerk King. They had no jerk. They literally had like stupid
rice,
fish,
peas, and soup. That's it. No saltfish, no aki, no
jerk. Chicken,
oh man,
man. But like, a lot of Caribbean places be like that.
It's true. No, it's true. All the roti shops are like that. It's just I don't know. I guess I don't know why it's like that.
It's so like
it's so funny, man, for real. Because like, you could be so nice to them, and they'll like I walk into the roti shop whenever I order food. I feel like I'm doing something wrong just by ordering food sometimes, you know? Because they just look so pissed off all the time, but like they still make the food really well. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't even complain.
Yeah.
Because it's not even like the food is bad. Like it still tastes good, you know? So.
But like that's the thing, that shouldn't be a stereotype. Because we're some of the most hardworking people. Like,
Nah, for real. Like Caribbean people, man, it's like it's insane to see the way that Caribbean people just carve their space in America. You know, and it's like it's funny because it's like it really is inspiring. Like yo, the photo shoot I did yesterday with this girl and her boyfriend. He's Trini, right? And I was talking to him, and I'm like, you know, I met him at the bar, and I was telling him. And I'm like, yeah, this is my side gig as a photographer, and then I also have a podcast on YouTube channel where I talk about Caribbean stuff. And he's like, oh, like I'm Trini, and but he's like, I'm like, I could just tell it because he was smiling. I'm like, oh, but like I could tell her like you don't really mess with like the soca and the reggae and stuff like that, right? He's like, nah, it's not like big, and I'm like, nah, I understand that, like you know, being Caribbean, it's like you know, you don't have this one identity when you're in America, you know what I mean? But I was talking to him, and I'm like, yo, here's the really cool thing about being Caribbean, right? Because I'm like, I was doing photo shoots with like the Marshall sweatshirt that I made and stuff. And I'm like, yo, actually, the shoot that I'm doing is actually because I want to start my own Caribbean style clothing line. And I showed him like the Marshall sweatshirt and stuff like that. And I was like telling him like, yo, Marshall, he did this, and this for soca music, right? And he was like starting to get more and more interested because he's Trini, it's his people. And he's like, yo, I didn't know about any of this stuff. I didn't know that like, that there was like so much to soca and that there was like so much going on. And then I gave him the sweatshirt to wear, the Marshall sweatshirt. I took photos of him, and he was rocking it. And then he goes to his girl. He's like, "Yeah, this Marshall Montana." And then he goes, "Yo, what you know about this?" And I'm just like, "Yo, that's like really cool," because I'm just like, "Yo, imagine," because you know you got people rocking Gucci and shit, right? And they're just like, they'll be like, "Yo," they'll go to me and be like, "Yo, what you know about this Gucci?" You know. But to hear somebody be like, "Yo, I'm rocking a Marshall sweatshirt," like, "Yo, what you know about this?" To have like that pride,
I was
you know.
making fun of Gucci just wore it on Twitter. There's one guy's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because like, because I don't know. I see some video. I think some new Yeezys came out. They had like some gold dust or some shit. And guys like just throw like, "Yeah, man, just like none of me, man. I spend all this money, blah blah blah." And I'm just looking at this shit like, "Yo, this is like your end goal."
Yeah,
like, and then I was just like, "Yo, man." Yo, somebody could like take gold-plated shit, right, and if you put a Gucci or like a Supreme or like a Jordan logo on it, yo, you could sell that shit for like 6,000, yo.
Yeah,
and I was like, I could just see someone right now be like, "Yeah, bro, yo, I just spent, yo, son, I just dropped 10 racks on some gold-plated Supreme shit just to throw at my baby moms, nigga. Just throw at my baby moms. This money shit ain't shit to me, son." Like I could just see someone like, "Yeah, I just spent 10 racks on gold shit, nigga. Oh, out here." Like,
yo, so that's all,
like,
that's all, okay.
You know, it's just like, no, but it's just like, yo,
that's always one thing that, like, yo, really, like,
I never understood that shit.
And no, that's what I'm saying. It's one thing that I never understood, but I'm like, yo, like, for like, where do you think, like, especially in America, like, yo, where do you think, like, that
consumerism,
that consumers like mentality, like, where do you think it comes from? Is it just like advertisements? Is it because we're constantly? Is it music? Is it the movies? Is it everything? Like
people just want attention, yo. It's just like a desire for attention.
But you have like so much like music and hip hop, especially where it's like, yo,
no, but that's different though. I don't think it's that. It's more like that attitude. It's like, yo, man.
But what I'm saying is like where does that attitude come into the music? Is it because you know you always have like artists who are like, yo, I came from like nothing to something, and now money is nothing, and I spend it like it's whatever. You know what I mean? And I get that, and that's really really cool. But I'm like, yo, I don't think we can like completely say that like, yo, that doesn't have like an effect on like the way that like minorities think about how to spend money.
It does have an effect.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, why are all minorities out here reading like, yo, financial 101, you know what I mean, and investing in Roth IRA and shit, like, you know what I mean? Why is it that it's like the norm for us, like in music and in like American culture, is like, yo, like let me spend this money, you know what I mean?
Part of music, like, yo, I don't want to. Sometimes you want to listen to ignorant shit in music, bro.
Yo, sometimes you do. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do want to. Sometimes I do just want to hear like.
I'm not trying to listen to Martin Luther King bars, bro.
Nah, I understand that. I totally understand that.
I'm trying to hear that Black Panther mixtape.
But don't you think there's like right now like an oversaturation in American music right now with that?
Nah, I don't think so.
Why? Like why?
It depends because like if I don't know if you just look at face value, you think so. But then there's the Joey Badass, there's the Kendrick. So there's a lot of artists.
But I think with Joey Badass is different because like he still like does like conscious music. You know what I mean? With like Chronics and stuff like that.
It's what you choose to listen to. People like to listen to ignorant shit. I like listening to ignorant music.
Yeah.
But it's more like that's more of like I don't know. I see more of like a hood mentality if anything. Like yo, you know I'm gonna buy a Louis diamond shredder and shred 20 racks on World Star. I'm just shredding on World Star for just for cultural purposes. That's it. Like, you know, it's like, but it's not even just that. Like, you'll see like a lot of people do it.
Yeah,
it's not really just the music.
Yeah,
everywhere. You know, like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
You see the Indian people with like mad gold. And
yeah,
shit. Or you
yeah.
see like you know like even Adrian Bro, I remember he was like flushing like $100 bills in the toilet. So it's I don't know. What is it about being rich that makes me want to be a dick?
Yeah,
you know, I think that's a really more of an underlying issue.
Yeah, I think
there's something.
Really important.
I don't think it's just like. I think the music is not. It's not really the music. It's
yeah.
deeper.
Yeah.
The music just reflects some of it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
deeper.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's important to talk about that because that shit does play a lot into like the way that Caribbean people think. You know what I mean? Where it's like you have a lot of Caribbean people where it's like I've been trying to like I really want to we push this thing where it's like we want Caribbean people to like unite and because the way I really do envision Caribbean people, bro, I really think we can like get to that level where we're like
Caribbean Union.
I feel like Caribbean people can be on that level, the same level as like the Jews are in America, bro. Like I see that potential there so much with like the work ethic and the way that like we like literally all the Caribbean people make something from nothing, and I'm just like we can get to that level if we can break the divide, and the way that we break the divide is by seeing that we even though we're from different islands and that we all have variations in our culture, at the end of the day it's like we all came from the same roots of oppression. And I'm just like the way I look at it, I'm like the reason why it's so important to have uplifting soca like an artist like Voice and Blaxxie and to see Marshall doing songs like Possess is because those are things that actually inspire like Caribbean people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the same way how I met that dude yesterday who Trini, but like doesn't really fuck with like the soca and stuff like that, and I'm like just with like a little bit of information in like a relatable way and like with something cool and fashionable, he's just like actually like taking pride in it.
He probably just never had it given to him in that way.
No, I know.
I know,
but the way that he did have it though, the one thing he did relate to when he was talking to me was like he was saying when I brought up the thing of like my parents came here from like Guyana. They never went to school and like they're working and they made like enough money to send me to go to school and stuff like that. And he's like that sounds exactly like my mom. Like my mom like came from Trinidad and my family too. And it's just like I'm first born here. And it's like when you start to put it into perspective like that and realize that Caribbean people really are a lot more similar than they are different. It's like you could really like unite them together and like get them onto that level of like owning our own businesses, like really that's having our hubs of like culture the way that Jewish people have their hubs of culture. You know what I mean?
That's the first start.
That's the first step.
But it's
hard. It's hard because we're not blanketed by whiteness. You know what I mean? We're not blanketed under that privilege. There is a shit ton of divide. We do still have like a lot of like problems, and we do still have.
But my thing is like even with the division, you gotta come to a point where it's like even though like have the division, but like you're just like me still.
Yeah.
Because like for me like you think of the Berlin Conference. Mm-hmm. All these countries came together. All these European countries. All we study in school is white history. All I know is white history. Yeah. Right. And they all had their beefs and shit. Right?
Yeah.
But they came together as a conference, and he said, "How are we gonna split these Africans up?" Mm-hmm. They all saw like, okay, we're on this level. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How are we gonna take advantage of these people?
Yeah. How do we carve up the country?
They sat down together. How are we gonna fuck over this continent?
Yeah.
Like, and that's honestly. I feel like I think every black person, every minority should sit down and just like read some of the shit they were saying. Yeah. Because like just like what Kenneth Montgomery said, everything they do it's diabolical and it was planned. None of it's a mistake. Mm-hmm. The IMF trying to fuck over Jamaica as a country. Yeah. That's not a mistake. They created that situation. And then they run up on you with this World Bank shit. Yeah. You made this. Yeah. And let's pay for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, I think it's like, you know, because we see Caribbean people make it in America.
So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but my thing is like, even though like, yo, there's always gonna be divide. Like, oh, you know, this person's, you know, black, this person's brown,
Exactly.
this person's
Yeah.
Chinese.
That's the thing.
No,
where,
but I think that there's always gonna be that divide.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll deal with that in our own community. But right now, because you got to start practicing. That's what white people do. We'll deal with that another time. We'll push this aside because we
all have the same
our
goal.
group first. Race, like white people is like, yo, it's, you know, being white first. You know, Trump was being a pum pum snatcher. You know, the pum pum grabber, and white women still voted for him because they said race 1st. And that is something like when you start seeing how this world is set up. That is something that's so like important.
Yeah.
And especially like, I don't know, especially like black people, in my opinion, they don't fucking get it. They don't fucking get it at all. They're arguing over like this.
There was a meme that I saw where it's like yo, you can't have, it's like the way that it's set up right now is like you have two black people in a house and there's someone burning it down and there's two black guys arguing in the house about something that doesn't matter when they should be working together to help each other and get the fuck out of the house.
But I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I feel like at one point, I think you just have to, like, black people in general, what is it that we don't have, that they have, that allows people just to come and subjugate? Because it's not only, like, you can't just sit there like, white people are evil.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, Arabs did wild fucked up shit. Everyone came in and, like, violate you. So, like, what is it that, like, is there something that, we're missing as a people? Like, I don't think, a lot of people don't see themselves as African. That's one thing I really don't.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't see themselves connected to Africa.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when, like, some Korean people come here and be like, oh, these African Americans are invested, blah, blah, and they start thinking they're all superior. Like, yo, you not. You really not. They see you's a nigga just like them. You feel me? You think you're better. When you give that rhetoric, you're giving into the structure that was diabolically set up for you to fight within each other. That divide and conquer. Right?
I think it's really interesting that you say that too, because I'm like, okay, so I look at it from like the perspective of like being Indian, right? And I'm like, the one thing I noticed, like for example, like this morning I went to temple, right, for like my aunt's puja, and I realized, the one thing that I feel really like connected Indian people together was just Hinduism, because it's like you have this thing where it's like Indian, Indo-Caribbean people, where it's like we're like at this juncture where it's like, we're not Indian, but we are. But like the one thing that connects us to India still is just Hinduism. You know what I mean? Because that's the one thing where it's like you could trace that directly back to India, even though we don't have the language. And I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, all these temples in South Ozone Park, it's like, it's so much more than just like a temple. I'm like, like a lot of people like genuinely, like they actually come together to this place, and they like actually like will like talk about like, all right, how do we do this, and like, business wise, how do we do this, like culturally wise, and like, you know what I mean? It's like a place for like people to collaborate. I think the one thing that's like, that has like kept like Indo-Caribbean people together is really like the religion.
Yeah, no, because like one thing I'm thinking is like, all right, so the United Airline thing, when that shit happened, because like I talked to Lee, but I don't talk to her. I be talking to her like once a month, like just my friend back in China. She hits me up then, like, so, what is this? It's like 12-hour difference. So
it's 12-hour time difference.
So I wake up the next morning, and she's like, oh, did you see the United, blah, blah, blah. The next day, this shit happened. And China was mad. China was lit on China. It happened. It was all in the news. And all the Chinese people were complaining. And I was just like, the next day. That they're asking us about something that happened in America. And the thing is, like, since we're being in China, we know like all the Asian people, like, they all hate each other. And the guy was Vietnamese. And like them and Vietnamese people, they don't really, they don't really mix like that. But they didn't even wait to even find out like he was Vietnamese or anything. They saw someone who looked like them being treated terribly, and they was like, oh, I'm not using United, blah blah blah. And they came together and it was like ready about to hurt their business. And it was because I remember seeing this guy's like, look, Watch black people. You're going to see how group economics works. Well, you can see it when you work as a group, because they saw someone that looked like them no matter where he was from. And they was like, oh, we got to get these people out the paint. But then, I don't know if you heard about, did you hear about that Shea Moisture?
No, what happened with that? What happened with that?
God.
Explain that.
This was Shea Moisture. Well, if you black, you already know.
Yeah.
But it's a black hair care
Yeah.
product. They made a shea butter. It's a black owned company actually, and they had an advertisement which came out in September. This advertisement came out in September, and for some reason, I think probably like last week, just some random day, someone just decided to be outraged about it, and all black people were outraged about it because this ad, it didn't like the ad. Okay, they had like one girl, she was like light skinned, and they had like a white lady on the ad, and it was like, how could you not have us, blah blah blah, where's our representation, and all this blah 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 blah, and it was just like, yo, they're a business. They're supposed to expand to other markets. And there's like, our Shea Moisture is canceled. I'm not going to use blah, blah, blah. They did nothing wrong in that commercial. They actually, in the end, they actually did have like a little like black person like with 4C or 4B type hair. And yo, these people were going off on them and they did nothing. They're punishing a black business for wanting to expand. All right. And it was just like, yo, you're hurting your own business, your own people, just because you care more about representation than actual power, than actual wealth. You just want to see yourself. And then Pantene, came out with the wild fucking bullshit. Like they just had like, just threw a bunch of black women on an ad. And it's like, we're strength. We're power. And they're all like, yes, bitch, yes. This is how you do it. See, Shay, you can learn from this. And he was like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? You guys seek validation that much? That's why I'm like, yo, you don't value yourself. Yo, you seek white validation, white company. Now they know what you are. They know how to profile you because they did nothing wrong in that ad. They just want to expand their market, which you have to because you already have like the black market. So you have to expand your business. It's the same way. Like you think brown people only want to sell to brown people? No, they want white people to come in their business too. So you need the other demographics to come in their business. There's this whole myth that they always push out like, black people got $1.3 trillion of spending power. Bitch. Have you come to the point that like, yo, most of these people pay like 40% of their money on rent, 50% of the money they take home on rent? What spending power are you talking about? And you always bring that number up. All right, okay, what's white people spending power? They'll never tell you that. They'll come out 1.3 trillion if we put it back in our business. Like, no, we don't have that capital. You're only 13%. So you got to build, and you're gonna have to, market yourself to other people. Jews are like what? They're like 1%. Who owns the music industry? Yeah, they control your shit. Who owns the movies you crying to be in? They control your shit. You need to have something to control for other people. But you're so broke. I feel like you're so broken at a point that you care about this. Like, oh, I need this validation. You guys crying like, why are we not in the Grammys? The Grammys is not for you. Why ain't you not at the Soul Train Award? That's you. Support that. Build that. Because one of the craziest things about black people is like, yo, low-key, you have the most influence. You have too much influence for you're the percentage of the population you actually represent. You have way too much influence. Way too much influence. To the point that white people want to call themselves the N-word. Can you believe that? Like, if you really think about that that white people want to call themselves the N-word and they will fight you on it? Can you imagine this? Like, boy, what are you doing? Call yourself that, Timmy? Like, you can imagine their ancestors bad? And you seek this validation. Like, yo, that's why, like, yo, like, you got to value yourselves. If you don't see value in yourself, you're just easy exploitable. Yeah. And that's why we're doing this, yo. We want people to value themselves.
No, that makes 100% sense.
But I just feel like, this demographic, man, I'm just starting to see more and more, like, how, like, yo, this needs a lot of work. This shit right here needs a lot of work. Like, it's because this thing has been beaten down. Yeah. But the thing is, there's just so much potential because if it was another group, they wouldn't be as happy as you guys are. But that's probably a bad thing because then you're not demanding change because you're just getting comfortable. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. No, it's one of those things where it's like just like give the people like validation and then like they'll feel fine and they won't actually fight for. They have the potential to fight for so much more. They're not fighting for wealth. Like, right. I totally understand. That makes a shit ton of sense. And I think like one of the I think that's why it's so important, man. If we like when I say like we really like not just black people alone.
But like.
But they need but that was that's specifically black people.
No, I know because they power the oppression-based economy.
But they do that shit to all of us. But we're the most beaten down.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If we can get like Caribbean people, like the blacks, the Indians, the Chinese, and even the white Caribbean people and the indigenous people together on like one platform as being Caribbean. The same way how you have Jewish people. It's like, yo, Jew wasn't even like
Jews fuck with the black Jews though.
No, they don't. But think about it this way though. But think about this though. Like being Jew wasn't even like being Jewish wasn't even viewed it as like a race until like Hitler came around. You have like Polish Jews, you have Jews from like Israel,
you know what,
and then but like even though they're blanketed like under whiteness at the end of the day. They still were like, like you're a Polish Jew. I'm this kind of Jew.
But they don't be like, oh, you're an Ethiopian Jew. Come through.
No, I know, of course not, because they're black.
But
I understand
that's
that.
the thing.
But
like, do you think that's gonna affect the Caribbean? At one, they're gonna be like the race.
But I think
they can overcome the race.
I think we can because it's starting to happen. It's starting to happen slowly.
Maybe the younger people.
That's what I'm saying. You have to. You can't just look at it right now. You got to look for like. You have to look to the future because that's what they did. That's what the Jews did. The Jews weren't like.
They still don't bang with the
They were like. They weren't like because like when they started out, they weren't like, yo, this is something that's gonna happen in like the next 10 years. They had the vision for like this shit is gonna happen.
But the one thing is that they didn't go to the race that we're gonna have to go through that step.
Yeah, but I think we can do it.
Do it.
I have faith in Caribbean people that we can do it. VP Records is like owned by like Chinese Jamaicans, you know what I mean? They're collaborating with black artists. You have like in the countries that you have like a huge Indian population, which number one is Trinidad, has the largest Indo-Caribbean population.
More than like Guyana and Suriname?
Second is it's Guyana.
Wait,
and third
Trinidad more than Guyana?
Huh? Trinidad has more than Guyana. Yeah. Trinidad, Guyana, and Suriname. The top three countries with Indian people. It's like, yo, in those three countries, like right now, it's like, yeah, politically, they're still split on race, but like socially.
But politically matters.
It does matter.
But like, forget where they are now. What about the younger people?
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, yo, the younger people, like, you could go to Georgetown. And
George from Georgetown.
It's the name George from Georgetown. That's the kind of representation guys people
get.
Metal Gear Solid.
What's the one? It was
the
one where you actually could fight things.
Yeah. You're playing as Raiden, as like cyborg Raiden. And they were kidnapping Caribbean people and doing experiments on them. And he's like, you know who this is? Mr. Name George. Me from Georgetown. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, is this how Japanese people see Guyanese people for real? Like this little Indian Guyanese kid. And I'm like, that's the first video game where
first you ever seen a Guyanese
person. Every time you ever seen just a Guyanese Indian person in like anything.
Like Caribbean.
Yeah.
Before it would just be like a Jamaican fish or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But I'm like, nah, you do see it especially in like these countries where you have the Indian and black people and they are coming together, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm starting to hear like, for example, like the racist term in these countries for like an Indian and a black person is Dougla. And like, I'm starting to hear that term like thrown around like less and less and less amongst younger people, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing. And I'm just like, yo, it's crazy because it's like, yo, you can overcome that divide. You do have people who are mixed with like Indian and Chinese and black in the Caribbean. It's like, it's such a diverse melting pot.
Mix doesn't
you know what I mean?
overcoming it, though.
No, but
they be having racist parents.
But like to see that it's not per se like being passed on 100% to the younger generation is a good thing. You know what I mean? It's a step forward. It's a step forward to like, yo, we can actually like overcome this shit. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think the way that you overcome that racial divide, for me personally, in my opinion, I think the way we could do it is through the culture, through music, through positive vibes, and, you know, through education especially.
Why do you think the Jews never did it?
With what? With the black Ethiopians and stuff?
They connect more over white Jew.
Yeah.
Than like being Jew.
Yeah, no, it's true. I don't know. I don't know.
But in their sense,
I know the Zionists don't formally recognize the.
But like in their sense,
you know what I mean?
They went race first.
Yeah.
Do you think we can overcome going
race
first?
Yeah, culture? I think we can. We live side by side each other. You know what I mean? We live the Soca analysts, like, you know what I mean? You're like,
I mean, we're an exception. I mean, like.
Yeah, but we in our community we live side by side each other. In Trinidad, it's the same thing. The blacks and Indians live side by side each other, along with the Chinese. Yeah, they have their own like neighborhoods and stuff, but they're. I think just with the younger generation, man, that's gonna be the thing. is gonna be the thing. I mean, I want to start seeing that more reflected in the and even with the music too.
Yeah.
Like how like Chutney with Jupiter was just Chutney, and now it's Chutney Soca.
So do you ever
And
think we're gonna see a black chutney artist, man?
if we see a black Chutney artist, I would love to see a black Chutney artist,
I don't see it in
man.
the future, man.
I know, I see it not anytime soon.
Yo, Nyla, Joe, drop some chutney, Nyla.
Actually, Nyla, that's actually interesting because Nyla like being one of the
Nyla
artists to study Indian classical
Yo, let's
singing.
think about it. Yo, what could she do? Yo, Nyla has a lot of potential. We love Nyla.
Yeah, no, I love Nyla Blackman so much. She always responds to us on Instagram, which is always really cool. I think Nyla Blackman really is a very, very important figure in soca right now. 100%. I think because the unique way she approaches music, man, is just like, we have soca, but let me study this completely different genre of music.
I think
which still
for
ties
later
into
down
Caribbean,
in her
you know what I mean?
career, she's probably gonna maybe she could influence.
I could see Nyla doing a chutney tune, because it's like
can.
for example, like Marshall when he did Lotela during his ecstatic concert, it's like, yo, that was crazy. I haven't seen another. And I seen Kes do it too, where he had like slightly, but like Marshall, the fact that Marshall went on stage at 20-something years old, 20 years ago, and brought on like give a shout out to Sunny Man and did a Lotela performance.
That's real.
In live band, like that shit. The fact that it wasn't just him, but the whole band actually like memorized.
And he
how
dropped
to play
that.
this
You
tune.
were like, oh,
Yo, people went crazy. I think it's hard to say right now, like where the future of the bridge.
But Chutney already. We were talking last podcast. Like Chutney needs some. Bring that chutney back in the chutney.
It does.
But,
and here's the thing. It's like they can bring the chutney back in the chutney, but that doesn't mean you can't have traditional chutney coexist with chutney soca.
Yeah.
And we said that, shout out to Jason, because Jason and I we were all talking about that before, where it's like you can have like the subgenre, you know what I mean? And I think it could still 100% work. I don't see why it can't. Other than old racist people maybe being there and being like, oh no, let's cut this out. But they're gonna die, yeah. Like that's the only thing promised in life is death. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's like we really do. Like it's Caribbean people especially who have the power more than any other race to do it, is because of the geographical region where we live and where we come from, and the culture and how it all overlaps. And Japan's on board with us. They're getting on board with us too. Yeah, like
I don't know why people hating on Japan. Yo, I love seeing these people because like, come on, if it was like
that rum song,
they
always rum.
Like it's just, I don't know, for me, just I guess because we travel a lot. And we've had the luxury that we're lucky enough to do that. Most people don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
But like just to see that, like how culture really moves and interacts, and then to see how they take it, like they're doing it the right way, because it's not like they're coming through like, we invented this, or they're trying to reinvent it, like the same way how people take Bob Marley and they make it into weed.
Yeah.
They're not coming to soca and just trying to soca is just rum and rum only.
No, they embrace the freedom part.
They're coming like really for the culture.
Yeah,
and it's a thing, because it's like they're actually happy to like brag about your culture for what it really is, and to put people on. That's like a pride thing. For them,
absolutely.
So like the way they're like, that's like a cultural exchange happening. That's like that's going right, and you can't really get mad at them for doing that, because it's like, come on, a lot of you guys are watching anime.
Caribbean people,
you guys are watching
like
anime.
All Caribbean people like know anime. Like it's so funny, because like we'll be talking to people and we'll be like at the club like dancing a chutney, and I'll hear like a brown guy just go Bankai, like, and just start powering up and do the mean chutney tune dance, just like, you
do that,
and it's true. It's like, we consume so much Japanese culture.
Don't get mad at them if they want to learn to play steel pen.
No, 100%.
You want a white person to tell you, you can't play the piano, bro.
Yeah, for real.
What are you doing with that violin? Put that shit down.
Yeah.
It's my culture, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause culture exchange is a thing, but you just do it the right way.
Yeah.
And they have the blueprint for doing it the right way.
Definitely. I think the culture is going to be what really really brings people together. I think the culture is going to also be the thing that's going to help us too, where where soca music is going to go in the future. Because okay, like think about it, like best case scenario, like Caribbean people, let's say we do break that racial divide, we come together, and somehow some way we do manage to take over our own music industry, not just, we already have it in the Caribbean, but let's say we also do manage to take it over in America. You know what I mean? Like, I actually feel like that potential is there.
My thing is, like,
we're gonna have to fight hard,
like,
but
even like, I think there's always gonna be some sort of a divide.
Yeah.
But the ability to just be like,
let's put this for later.
We have this little thing, but at the end of the day, you're Caribbean, I'm Caribbean.
Yeah.
And some people are still have like even some other islands, because I see you're talking about like one of the islands gonna stop hanging on each other. And the thing is, people are like, it comes from like their grandparents.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
it's true.
It's kind of like in Asia.
It's 100% true.
When
man.
we're in, they'll be like my kids, like when they had to do their morning exercises, and when they would fuck up, this guy, he just walks around. He's like a dictator, He just be yelling in Chinese at these little kids, and then he's like, "Remember when Japan attacked? Remember your history." They really dead ass be telling these little 8-year-olds.
No, it's true.
Remember,
it's true.
they're really into because Japan is, because of their history.
Yeah,
they're the white people of the West, but I was trying to explain to my coworker why they kind of move in that fashion, which pretty much was like when white people came to Asia, when after they're done shitting over Africans, we need more, and then they came through, and who was that fucking guy? Commodore
Matthew Perry.
Yeah, when they saw them pulled up with the chopper, and they was just like, all the Japanese was like, oh shit, we gotta get on this shit now.
It's funny because it's like when they teach it to you in school, they showed that they were like, they welcomed him with open arms, which that really wasn't the case. He came through with mad fucking like missiles, not missiles,
like
he came through with like mad guns and just like weaponry, and was like, either like open it or I'll force you to open it. You know what I mean?
They were just like, oh shit, but then they had this thing called the Meiji Restoration.
Yep.
That was when it was like, all that samurai die for your honor shit is quiet for that. And that's when Tom Cruise went on an excursion to Japan to see what it was like to be a samurai.
And not only that, but he somehow also became the very last samurai.
Because he had the white privilege barrier, which reflects Gatling gun bullets. and at the very end, when the last Japanese samurai was dying, it's like, Tom, continue our culture. And then after that, Tom packed his suitcases and went back to America. And he was like, well, that was quite the excursion. It's kind of
what an adventure. Yeah. I'm an expat.
Yeah. Don't call me an immigrant in your country.
I'm an
expat. White people come to your country, we're expats. When you come to ours, you're an immigrant. Yeah, but like they saw that shit. And they're just like, oh shit, we got to get on. Because they were
sometimes I wonder how Japanese people feel about that movie.
They probably they don't have this. That's the thing. Us being in like a mixed country, we have a lot of perception. We're able to see more of how the world is set up because a lot of them
it's very homogenous.
Yeah, they don't see it. Yeah, so like for Japan, it was like, oh shit, we gotta get on this. That's when they started getting guns, blah blah blah, and pretty much what they did. Why everyone in Asia hates them, and it's funny because when you go to Japan, they're like, dude, they're the nicest fucking people in the world. It's like they really just became the white people of the Pacific, where they were colonizing people, doing all types of torture, the Nanjing massacre, bayoneting babies type shit, throwing like I forgot they had the comfort women in Korea and all that. They had like tattoos, they just scribbled all over their body, throw them in the snake pits, like wild shit. Running around like seeing how many heads can you cut off with a samurai sword. While we killed his village. They were just pretty much acting like white people. And, the thing about Japan as an island, they don't have natural resources. And if you're trying to build a military, you need natural resources. So they, like Britain, they got real colonial.
No, a lot of it, they also got a lot of it too, believe it or not, from Korean culture. I was watching this YouTube video about it where it was like, there's this belief and like I forgot the name of the religion, man, but it's like a Korean religion where it's like you descend directly from the gods, and the gods like grant you this power to actually like have like similar to Christianity, where it's like, yo, we have dominion over the earth.
Oh no, well
You know
that's
what
the
I
thing.
mean?
Well, that's when you use. Well, let me tell you something about
but,
religion. Well, the thing about religion, a lot of people just use religion excuse for their own things.
No, I understand.
Which that's pretty much
but
what it
like,
is.
so like they said that like a lot of the like the ruling class in Japan who are like, yeah, we're gonna do this colonial shit. A lot of them, they took that ideology from like that
Because,
same
well,
from that same, you know what I mean, that the Korean religion and stuff like that.
But like when looking at
The model
things,
mimics just like classic, you know, European imperialism.
But,
I understand
there was
that,
a
you know what I
main
mean?
thing. Like, for one, usually people just take religion to fit their narrative, and that's probably what they did.
Yeah.
But like the one thing that happened was the the Sino-Japanese War.
Yeah, Sino-Japanese War. Yeah.
That war. That was when white people were like, oh, we got to welcome them to the table. After that, they were welcomed to the table. And when I don't know, it was kind of like a draw, kind of. I think they won. Did Japan win it? I don't remember. I don't remember who won that war. But after that, that's when they had to welcome to the table. And that's when they became, like, the access, power.
Yeah.
But they pretty much moved the way white people did.
Yeah.
And because they saw it, their whole thing was like, yo, we got to make, like, a unified Japan.
No, it's true. It's true.
The only reason why we hear
100%.
their shit is
Yeah.
because you lose. When you lose, you hear all that shit.
Yeah.
You always got to hear about Hitler.
It's
you
true.
didn't know about what's his name, King Leopold II. He killed like way more people than Hitler in Africa. You don't hear about that shit.
Yeah.
Or the eugenics and the Germans were doing on these tribes. Mm-hmm. Why are white people obsessed with eugenics, man? I was thinking about that. Like at any group, like they just always casually talk about eugenics, bro.
It's because I think, bro, all of that goes back to colonialism, where it's like, yo, you.
No, but it's not even that. Like, it's like just average white people. They're more likely to talk about, well, this population, we got to get under control.
No, I'm telling you, all of that, it goes back. I think it goes back to two things, right? I think it goes back to first Christianity, where it's like man has like dominion and power over all of nature. And the second thing, I also think it goes back to colonialism, where it's like, okay, like let's look at these people as subhuman, and they're not really human. They're an imperfect mutation of being human, and we have to snuff that out and have a population of people with perfect genes.
They try to get rid of handicapped people.
Everything. Get rid of like handicapped people. Get rid of a population with no high blood pressure, no cholesterol. None of these things, you know what I mean? And it's impossible.
But my thing is just like, why do I see it more coming from white people than other groups?
Because bro, I think because look, as minorities,
it's probably not in our nature.
No, it's not that. I think we have suffered directly from that, and they really haven't. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the Tuskegee thing, like those were the victims of that were black people. And black people can straight
some
up
Guatemalans too.
Yeah, and you can straight up be like, yo, see, like this is that eugenic shit, and it's not a good thing. Look at what it did to our people. But there was nobody that came through to white people and were like, hey, like you guys have like an imperfect, genes and shit, and like let's like snuff you out. You know what I mean? Except for like the Jews during like World War II, because Hitler was always like using that as justification to his eugenics. And I look at that too, and I'm just like, yo, it's crazy, because it's just like.
But I don't know, because like for me, I like not even like you hear like the average white person say something eugenics wise, not like we need to do this, but they're like, we gotta control this, blah blah blah. We gotta get rid of these people. Like I don't know.
I don't hear like just like all the white people saying it. I hear like some white people saying it, but it's not like just like any white person I go up to.
No, not like any white person, because like. I like to follow them. I like to follow the racist white people too online. Racist white people are mad entertaining.
Well then racist white people. Then let's say that. You know what I mean? Because it's like racist white people. Of course they're gonna fuck with eugenics, bro. Yeah. It's a pseudo scientific justification for snuffing out the rest of the population.
Like Planned Parenthood was really fucking eugenics. Personally, it wasn't really about like giving health to the community. It was fucking eugenics, bro.
When is it ever just giving health to the community?
It's never, fuck the community.
It's never been anything health related in America has never been like this is for the good of the public.
Nothing is for the good of the public.
Even that fluoride shit in the water, they say it's like good for your teeth, but they have other reasons for doing it. Like it's not just like, oh, we're gonna do this to help your teeth. Like no, it's not why.
There's something like wild about politics, especially we saw that when we went to the immigrant panel.
Yeah,
there's something about working in it that detaches you from people. And I forgot, I was reading like some excerpt from like Obama wrote a book about it, how being a community organizer. First he was like, yo, I was doing a lot of work and all this door-to-door shit and everything. But after a while, you know, it's tiring, and then you start seeing easier ways of getting the same results. And then, you know, you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm not going to take that, you know, super PAC money." But eventually, if you're trying to have your career keep it going, you're gonna have to. It doesn't look that bad.
I understand.
And then they start doing it, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it starts acclimating to a point to like where we were at this immigration panel, and we're like, "Yo, how are we gonna get this? You know, this voter ID, blah blah." And she's just looking at us like, just saying generic statements, just campaigning for De Blasio.
Yeah, and here's the thing,
It's like,
I
yo,
think
it's people.
I think when you're a politician, man, because it's like, okay, the one thing you need to stay in power are the votes. And I'm like, when that kind of becomes like one of your main focal points, you don't really look at people as people. You look at people as, how do I sway this herd of people to give me what I want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that separates you from that whole human aspect. And I think it's
You see it everywhere.
I think it's something where I'm like, yo, because I'm like, yeah, like it, like, you know, we have a Caribbean guy running right now who's running for city councilman for this neighborhood, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool to see, you know, a Caribbean person, a Guyanese person, like get in and like with the politics and stuff. But at the same time, I'm just also like I'm like, yo, is this just gonna be like just another politician?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which, you know, I don't know. But
I mean, that's what Obama was, yo.
you know, it's like, are things really gonna get done for us? And I'm like, I'm like, we as Caribbean people, should we really just like, is it really up to us to just say, should we just be like, let's just vote a Caribbean person and all our problems will be solved? Or should we take more responsibility as people and do our thing? You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. Yo, you work for me. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. At the end of the day, all these fuck people, all these politicians, these politicians work for us, yo.
Yeah.
That's like even like as a kid, like they would always be like, you know, man, just call your congressman, let them know how you feel.
They always say that.
And then I'm just like, hold up, don't you work for me?
Yeah.
Aren't you a representative?
Yeah.
You know, I think the problem is, bro, it's like what Black said.
Yeah.
There's no benchmark.
Yeah,
right?
it all goes back to the benchmark.
It goes back to Soka. Soka is philosophical, all right? There is no benchmark. Just like the Blaxxie Lama said. The Blaxxie Lama banned himself. And Preacher Teddy
Soka Church. Teddy St. John. Let me be looking for that priceless music video.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, no. It's true. So you know, it'll be interesting to see where the future of you know, Afro beats goes in the music industry, because again, all of that shit that we were just talking about, it all goes back to the oppression-based economy. I'm gonna be interested to see what happens with Soca. Is Soca gonna you know, go through the same thing that Afro beats is going through right now? And let us know what you guys think. You know,
went through, or,
get on Twitter with the Soca Analysts, get on our SoundCloud, get on YouTube, and we want to see conversation. That's the most important thing amongst all our Caribbean people. You know what I mean? What do you guys think right now with the state of everything that's going on right now? What do you think about the state of Caribbean communities? Can we actually beat the racial divide? Can we conquer, you know, the different tones of melanin and the social standards have been set for us with this colorism?
You know,
Can we
race doesn't exist anyway.
Yeah, do we as Caribbean people,
construct.
do you guys think we have the potential to achieve the same status as rich white people, as the richest Jews in America?
Rich white people ain't not the answer.
No, they're not the answer, but can we achieve the same amount of wealth and assets and keep our culture?
Them?
Yeah, can we surpass them and keep our culture there without selling out?
How much you have to give?
Yeah. How much of ourselves do we have to give up? What do you guys think about that? You know, it's really important questions. You know what I mean?
But you know, I guess on our side, we believe in the culture.
Yeah, push the culture forward.
Like Kes said, culture will
save us.
All right.
Yes.
So follow the words of the Blaxxie Lama himself.
Blacks, keep your benchmark alive.
Yes. You don't know A flat.
no parallel.
Just walk around. Just give me A flats.
Yeah. Keep it real. The benchmark.
All right, guys. So we are
the Soca Analysts. Will be here. We'll be talking to you guys next week. All right. Keep an eye out.
Hendrix, the sorrow for your sorrows.
And you know what it is? It's Richie, the wink eye selfish master. Catch y'all next week. Big up and bless.
Give me the wink eye saltfish.